I've just been contemplating in my council house on the PRIME Directive. Looking back on humanity's history, the civilizations that have existed since humanity crawled out of the slime, every single civilization has violated that PRIME Directive. Perhaps the root of this violation of the first law that humanity should have as its ideal should be non-intervention in other people's cultures. I suppose it began with Babylon, and that's biblical mythology or history or fact, who knows, but those who have faith in such a thing. And is there anything really wrong with that, as long as those that are practicing that faith aren't causing any harm to anyone at all, in any way, shape or form? But at the moment, of course, we're all violating that principle of not doing any harm to anybody, because we're all paying money towards the creation of the weapons that cause the harm. So that's the thing that we've all got to realise. But like I say, it all started in Babylon, as far as the Bible's concerned. But it's strange that, as far as I know anyway, but there's probably people that know that there were other civilizations that pushed their cultures on other people long before the Babylonians. I don't know, because I haven't delved that deeply into it. But it seems that every civilization that came after the Babylonians, the Greeks and the Romans, whoever else in the early times, about a couple of thousand years ago, those civilizations, wanted to force their gods on other people's gods, perhaps. Well, really they didn't need to, because their gods were pagan gods, Roman gods, and so were the gods of the lands that they were forcing their dominion over for the emperor and the glory of Rome. But coming up to the modern day, we had, I suppose, the early empires of Europe. And then forcing the will, or the will of the empire that is being created, the colonies of Spain and Portugal and England, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany. So these people, these empires, were forcing their civilization on other cultures across Africa and South America and North America. And they were violating that PRIME directive every step of the way, murdering and killing millions. Coming up, to modern times, I suppose, we had the British Empire, which was the largest empire that has ever been. The sun never sets on the British Empire. And of course, the Commonwealth is certainly not the Commonwealth of the commoners, is it? I diverse. The PRIME Directive violated all the way through mankind's history, and we have now what many call a Zionist empire, which controls many countries across the world and seems to be trying to force its will on Russia, China, and North Korea and the Arab states, apart from those that agree with them and are Zionist anyway. Sorry to have to put the word and name on it, but that's the empire that really exists today. It's not the company, it's whoever's controlling the Zionist empire, really. A group of people, whatever, that are controlling the Zionist empire, which is forcing its will by force of arms on other people across, the planet. This is not what the PRIME Directive and humanity should be about. You're violating the most important human right of all, really. The right not to be intervened with, to be forced to do something that you don't want to do, because you see it as being an abomination. And so, that makes us all idiots. Me, I'm an idiot. Because I sit here and I just allow these violators of the PRIME Directive to carry on. So, this is the fact, this is the question that humanity's now got to answer. Is it going to stop allowing people to make these weapons of mass destruction all over the planet? So enough's enough, don't want to do it anymore. All because some psychopathic nutters want to dominate everybody on the planet. And I am allowing them to do it. And everybody else on the planet is allowing them to do it. But most of them seem totally oblivious to it. Unaware. Asleep. Some say sheep. The Zionists would say goyim. Some people say means nations. And some people say means cattle. So perhaps we're all sheep. Sheep. The coin, or the phrase that was coined, I should say, a few years back, which was frowned upon by many people, as if to say, "Don't you accuse me of being a sheep?" But everybody's being led by a group of murdering, I was going to say bastards, but they probably got mothers. All for the sake of some empire. Well, perhaps the history books will record empires as being violators. Of humanity. And we can all take a step above this by just saying, I've had enough. I've had enough. I don't care. I don't care what you think of me anymore. I don't care what anyone thinks of me anymore. Because most of you are being led by leaders. And those that are led have a lead and a collar around their necks. And nobody can see it, that collar round everybody's neck, being led by a leader who's just being led by another leader, and then another leader, until you get to the top of the pyramid. Where the Zionist one eye can be found. This dominant class of people that think they have the right to murder millions over the centuries through the manipulation of the masses, making them believe that what these are horrible, nasty people, for want of a better word, I forgot what I was going to say now, but let's face it, Zionism is doing is violating the PRIME Directive. And if these nutters ever get out there into space, they're not going to be worried about violating the PRIME Directive out there either. They're going to dominate and be godlike to people that are still in the Stone Age, as long as they're getting their profit, which is all an illusion to keep them in control. So I suppose that's it, isn't it? Non-intervention in other people's cultures. It's the highest law and the highest ideal for humanity. End of story. You're all idiots.